posting these pictures on PBDnA.
We're live, by the way.
Oh, we are live.
Yeah, we're
the
live.
Sound? How's our sound levels?
Sound. Talk.
I'm talking right now.
Talk.
Talking. I'm still talking.
That mic's not on.
Oh shit. Is it plugged in? Look right there and see if we have sound levels. Oh, that's what you were just doing?
Yeah. Hello, we're messing with sound right now.
I can see it moving there.
That's this.
That's that one?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Hit the center button maybe? Oh no. Okay, now we have them both.
Yeah.
So look at the red. See the red dot? The red dot actually tells us which one we are using.
We're both on this now.
Oh, they're both on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we don't have sound on this.
Yeah, we're good now.
We're good now?
Yeah. Wait, no.
It's the mic.
No, we're not good. It's not on.
Unplug us and plug us back in. I think it might be right there. It's number 1. Yeah, that didn't seem like it was plugged in, did it?
No.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not. Something is not.
You don't believe me, bro? Yeah, sorry, Francisco. We're messing with the sound right now.
Is it working now?
Nope. Our sound is audio input capture, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're not using this.
Oh shit. Maybe, you know what it's doing is, we gotta do our phantom power. There we go. There we go. How about now?
Yeah, it's really good.
Good? Is our mic in our shot? Okay. All right. So, oh man, my battery just died on my computer.
So today, Benji's not with us.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Benji.
R.I.P. Benji.
He's on his way to Bakersfield, Poso Creek to play.
So,
And with our PBSO guys.
yeah. They're doing the camp out, PBSL camp out.
Hey,
Which
Jack.
Paul and I are too lazy and busy to attend. It's a combination of both for me. I think it's just too busy for Paul.
I mean, I could really go if I want to, but I'd be way too tired for work.
Yeah. All right, let's see if my computer turns back on. So, we just posted photos of some of the guns we're going to talk about on the PBDnA page, and I'm going to share that to the BacciPaintball page in a minute. And then, I don't know, what are we live on everything right now?
Yes, sir.
We better go and, did you name our Facebook live? Because it's going to show last week's name, I think.
Wait, are we live on YouTube?
Are we live
It
on?
doesn't say we're live on YouTube.
Maybe our restream is not set up right. But it might be. But it might not be. It does say, it says live now. On YouTube. Yeah, I'm like super blown out. Yeah, but we are live on YouTube.
Yes, John. Tech troubles.
Tech troubles. Paintball tech troubles. Get it? Oh shit, round 2? I haven't even like had any of mine.
You know, these loggers just don't cut it for me, you know?
Yeah, it's like drinking water. Alright. So Share to a page. BacciPaintball.
How you guys doing tonight? Bacci's just sharing up some pictures.
I'm just spamming. Get off my job. I work as a spam. I do email spam all day. And then I come home and I do Facebook spam.
Mass communications.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You get the computer that'll get super hot, burn your legs.
Nice.
All right. So today, let's see if I can even find out where our shit is. Did I post that?
I posted it.
You posted the playing paintball at combat. I'm gonna change our post title. What did you say? You wanted it to be PBDnA online streaming, online paintball. What did you want it to be?
PBDnA.
Oh, it says right here.
Online paintball show.
PBDnA online paintball show. Sick. Nailed it. Okay. All right. So here we are. It's just us, and I don't mean the late 80s paintball team, Just Us, which was Yella and Dre and Arabian Prince's paintball team.
There's a team called Just Us now.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
What do they play? What division?
Division 2 WCPBL.
Oh. Is it Just Us or is it Just Us?
Just Us.
J-U-S-T space U-S.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the same as...
I never knew that was DJ Ellis' team. That's interesting.
So when you see him next, say that to him. Say, hey, what about Just Us? And see what he says. So if you're interested in Just Us, you can search J Jackson Buzzard. Let's see if it actually works. J Jackson Buzzard Paintball. And an article on the old Buzzard Jackson and Annihilators will come up, and then in that photo you'll see, or in that article you'll see a photo which was which Yella actually posted on M. Carter Brown, and it's a combined picture of Just Us and Who Are Those Guys. So Who Are Those Guys was Termite, Johnny Barber, the Yandells, it was Aaron Carter, Jessica Sparks, Jay the Buzzard Jackson, and others. And
is that DJ Ella right there?
I don't know which. Well, you know what? We can go back and we can see Yella is number 4.
Wow, Dr. Dre's in this picture?
Yeah, so Dre is number 3, Yella is number 4. So Dre is in the back row. Yella. So here's. Doesn't look like Yella, does it?
No, but that looks like Dre for sure.
Yeah, that's Dre. This almost looks like a white guy.
Yeah, that looks like a white.
I think Yella was just like fucking with somebody. But yeah, so yes, so if you want to Google search Jay, the old Buzzard Jackson,
that's awesome.
Paintball, then an article on BacciPaintball will come up, and you can scroll down and you can see a little bit of history on Jay the Buzzard Jackson. You can also learn a little bit about Just Us, which was the NWA team, and that was before Yella played on Team Yella with Zach. Zach played on Team Yella with him, and they competed in a lot of Southern California events, like stock events.
I wonder if Dr. Dre still plays paintball at all.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think so. I wonder if they still have their Annihilators, because I think they all had Annihilators. There's a couple other photos with them too. Let's see some of the other Just Us players.
You know how
Arabian Prince.
We all have friends.
Russ Parr, is that a?
We all have friends who stopped playing paintball. You know.
Yeah. Maybe it's this guy, Russ Parr.
I wonder what kind of people like stick with paintball. Like,
losers.
Is that what it is? Because there's a lot of us that, I mean, obviously everyone watching this show has stuck with it, but
our viewers aren't losers. We're the
I'm
the loser.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Paul.
John Saywell says, I got picked up for the Iron City Classic 10-man roster. by the Chris and a veteran militia.
Huh.
I have a month and a half to get squared away for the tournament. 54 teams are signed up to play. Wow.
I think was it
That's a lot of
capped at
teams.
54 teams? Because I heard that they met their cap. Old Sailors, that's a good name for
Okay.
for their team. That's pretty sick. What kind of mech are you gonna shoot in that, John? Are you gonna use your buzzard? Jack Wada says sound fine.
John, you better use your PGP in that game.
John probably has a PGP. I bought an Ironman Bushmaster off John a while ago. Line of sight Bushmaster, and it's engraved Ironman. I don't know whose it actually was, and I'll probably never be able to find out, unfortunately. But it's very cool.
John's using the G-Mech.
Oh, the G-Mech.
Solid
Sick.
choice.
Yeah, definitely. Although Benji, if he was here, R.I.P., he would say you should use the E-Mech. That's the one that he was shooting, right?
I don't know. I don't remember what he was shooting, but...
Of course you do. It's the one at HSP. It was
that was that day I was blasted gone.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you weren't the second half of the day because you played pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, today... Wow, it really looks like our quality's better. So, Paul and I are trying... Because it's just us. We're just trying...
Just us.
Just us.
Just
We're
us.
trying a couple things to see if we can get the quality better. Last week we did 1080. We're back to 720 because Paul insists all professional streamers use 720. And I looked at a couple professional streamers like Andy Milanakis. And yeah, he was doing 720.
Yep.
He's really the only one I looked at. But yeah, he was at 720. So
It's the only one that matters.
the only one that matters, Andy Milanakis. And actually, I looked at it because Benji ran into him at the farmer's market. And I guess that was at like Beverly Hills farmer's market or something. No, it was probably the
Hollywood?
the Hollywood one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Andy Milanakis is at 720. And really the thing is, our resolution isn't as important as the quality of picture that you're seeing. And right now, our quality's looking pretty good. Like, you
Yeah, it
can
looks
see
crisp.
the actual, like, disgusting hairs on my arms. Paul's Asian, so he has no hair on his arms, but...
Yeah, I have hair in other parts of the
other
body.
parts. Well, I
Like
didn't...
my head.
Yeah, that's true.
You sick guys.
More hair than me. John Saywell says, I'm bringing a 007 just
Oh,
for
nice.
fun. You know what? I'm reading the comments on Facebook, but I should be reading... But there aren't any more comments on...
Is it not updating?
I don't know. Let's see. See what we got.
I'm actually going to buy a 007, John.
We're going to look at some in a little bit. We might assemble one. We have a box of 4 or so here.
Yep.
That actually came from Conquest. I bought them from Johnny Barber and Joe Voss. And let me actually touch on that in a minute, but I'm like spacing out. I didn't have enough coffee. I should probably change our title on this too, because it says playing paintball at combat.
You guys like our title today, Online Paintball Show?
Yeah, what do you guys
I love
think
it.
about online paintball show? I think it's just generic enough to work.
Dan, you have some shadowing behind your head.
That's okay. That's
It's
actually
his aura.
Yeah, it's my aura. So we actually have no chat on. But now it should be showing up. Okay, so let's see. Last weekend we played at Combat, and we played the.
Oh man, last weekend was one of the most fun times I've ever had playing paintball.
We got to get that picture of you up where Benji's like executing.
Yeah,
you.
Benji. He didn't execute. Okay, so there's this picture up on
Hold
Facebook.
on, let me get the
Yeah,
picture.
we gotta
up.
get it up because it's a
Yeah.
pretty epic picture.
It's one of my favorites that I've seen in a while.
But I'll kind of tell you the story of what happened.
Tell us how we actually how we pick teams and everything about that game.
Since you know more about that, you could say.
Well, you were there when we picked teams. We did like.
I feel like you're
random
better. You're a better storyteller.
draw. No, dude,
Yeah,
you
you're
can do it. Just narrate it.
If by the time if you're not in the seat by the time I'm done with my story.
Okay.
Alright, okay. My story is, so there's a picture of Benji bunkering me. Well, he didn't bunker me, kinda, not really. this past weekend at Combat, we had a great time playing. We had an all PGP game. Well, I think there were a couple Nell spots.
Yeah. Tiny bowls, which is like a modified PGP.
Mm-hmm. But it was basically a PGP, half PGP day for SoCal stock. And at the end of the day, it was me, myself, Bocci, Kevin Zhao, our friend, who we converted maybe into stock player now, and Benji.
Pretty fun guy.
Yeah, Kevin's a cool guy. We were playing 2-on-2s at the end of the day with PGPs, and Dan's PGP has something on the side which
Grab it right now.
Let me show you guys.
Set that computer wherever.
So I don't know what this is called. Dan definitely knows.
It's a speed loader.
A speed loader.
Yeah, it's just the arm, speed loader arm.
Yeah, so I had shot all my balls out in the tube, and I had a 10-round pod in the back.
10-round tube.
10-round tube in the back, and I didn't have the speed loader open, so it wasn't feeding any balls. And I went to go bunker Benji, and I was just shooting air the whole time, and I was like, oh man, like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get bunkered. So I ran into the nearest bunker, and of course Benji, as soon as I pop out, Benji has his barrel right up in my face, and I'm just holding the tip of his gun so he doesn't shoot me in the face. And someone snapped a picture of that. And yeah, that's the story.
Story of your life right there.
It was scary.
Get executed or be executed or shoot yourself. Execute yourself or be executed.
Yeah,
it was kamikaze basically.
Jack Wada also shot me in the face this past weekend, and I have
it's just healing.
I'm discolored here now, Jack. I'm lighter here.
Yeah.
So thank you.
The funny thing is, I was like, hey Paul, what did your coworkers say about like the giant paintball welt on your face? And he's like, oh, nobody mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
It was pretty bad. I had a huge scab on my face, but no one mentioned it. I didn't mention it, so hopefully no one thinks
less of you. I don't think they do. They were probably like, damn dude.
This guy's a badass.
Paul got shot in the face. I don't even know where that picture is. Oh, maybe on Benji's Instagram? Right?
Yeah.
PaintballDnA. So I'm going on the PaintballDnA.
Who's the guy that we ate barbecue with 2 weeks ago? Kirk fucked me up this weekend, dude.
Kirk's pretty good.
Kirk shot me like 6 times. Kerrigan fucked me up too.
Yeah, Kerrigan shot me the most, I think. Like
he was using a null spot, man.
Yeah, he was using one of these null spots.
Killing it.
He's like, hey, do you have a gun I can use? And I was like, yeah, sure. You're not gonna have much luck. And then he just goes and shoots me over and over all day.
Jack was fucking me up too.
Well, that's Jack's game. That's the game that Jack knows. The game he's been playing for years.
Yeah, basically, I had a herpes sore on my face, Jack.
Shit, how do I get my element here? Here we go. Alright, so I am trying to load this picture of Benji executing Paul. It's so great. Everybody definitely needs to see it. And if you've already seen it, you need to see it again. And it's going to just take me another couple seconds.
He didn't execute me because he didn't shoot me. He spared me.
He should have.
He spared me.
Been even better if he
But at the same time, I had my hands on his gun. It's kind of like that video of your brother trying to kill Gene.
Oh yeah, trying to kill Gene. Mitch is a bastard. Let's see, I just loaded up a picture of a push mask because that's what was there. And where is this shit? Here we go. Nope. There we go. All right, so this is like the greatest photo. This might just be our background, part of our background for today. Paul being executed.
I used to show up at my job at a software development with welts. They looked at me like I was from Mars at first. Then they learned that I played paintball and it became normal. Awesome. Pretty sure everyone at my workplace knows I play paintball by now.
Hopefully. Okay, so I just want to credit who is that Jeff's wife?
Jeff's wife, yes.
What's her name? See if I can find it so I can just add it before I go sit down.
There's another great picture that she took last weekend of Bocce and Benji just in front of each other trying to shoot.
Benji just like...
They're just bouncing the shit out of each other.
Benji just annihilated me. I can't hit shit ever. But Benji can. He's pretty good at hitting shit.
Yeah, Benji's pretty good at paintball.
Yeah, unlike myself. Paul was doing pretty well. Paul was definitely doing better than I was.
I am not that good at paintball.
Alright, so let me just paste this in.
I'm definitely better than Jorge Cervantes, though.
I don't know. Do you dare say that?
I could easily say it. Where you at, Jorge?
He's right here. Yeah, where's he at? What's he doing? Alright, so we got Paul's photo on the side now, which is definitely needed. Alright, so...
It's a pretty nice picture.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not blocking the whole thing. I think I'm not blocking you going like this, but I'm blocking the rest of it. So, let's see. Today, what are we going to talk about? We haven't really thought at all. Oh, Jorge is in the house.
Just in time.
Just in time. Oh, well, was he commenting on Twitch? Jorge, if you're on Twitch commenting, it should be showing up. And if you're watching, you should... We know that you're commenting, so we know you're
no
live.
way Paul can't do shit against Jorge.
Alright, so tonight, I don't know, we're not really, like, we have a bunch of guns out, and we'll talk about those a little bit, but we're not really putting, like, a huge effort into it. We got some magazines, Paul's spilling everywhere, but it's to be expected. I'm going to grab some dirty clothes to throw at him.
Oh no, his butt is...
Put it up with my work shirt.
Oh my god, you sure you want me to use this?
Yeah, it's fine. Alright.
It's a Patagonia, man.
Yeah, hey, don't spill my tricks of the trade. Alright, so Paul got a couple of very neat paint guns that we're going to talk about. And...
Should we talk about them right now?
Yeah, sure. We'll talk about them right now.
Alright. So, some of you might know I got a Tequila Sunrise this week. I actually don't know the year of when these came out. It has to be like 2001, 2002, right? 2000 maybe?
I have no idea on those. I mean, the DM3 was the first one that was released under Dye, right? So,
yeah,
like 2001, 2002 was probably, you know, were the tequila private labels made while they were being made by Dye or being sold under Dye? That would be the question.
I think it was when it was actually sold under Gen E, which was before Dye.
Before Dye.
Yeah.
So probably, I would imagine. So you were I don't know anything about these matrices or DMs or whatever they're called.
Batteries.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be a DM because it's pre-Dye.
No, this is a DM.
But it's not.
This is DM3.
Okay,
oh,
so,
I guess you're right.
Yeah, so they
were
wouldn't be
called matrices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matrices, yeah.
But so Paul was telling me that there's several different aardvark models. There's the F4,
F1,
the F1. There's the Tequila Sunrise, and what else?
I think that's it.
Didn't you say one more?
No, that was it.
Okay, so that's it. So there's those three different models. So they probably, I mean, they could have released one of those each year, like if it was 2000, 2001, 2002. Let's just check and see.
I should know about this, but I just forgot.
Should.
Yeah.
This isn't my job to know about The Matrix. When did The Matrix come out? The movie The Matrix came out March 31st, 1999. So I would imagine the paintball gun The Matrix came out at the same time. Let's see. I don't even know what this... Okay. Paintball Matrix. Okay, so it came out at
2000
World Cup. Yeah, which is October. And this is, so right now we're looking at the article on Warpig on the AirTech Matrix, and it reads, in 1999, the paintball industry, blah, 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 blah. Diablo Direct had a high-end paintball gun in the works. It was the Matrix. It was produced by AirTech Industries. So AirTech came out with it at the 2000 World Cup, and then... So probably, you know, maybe one was released. So do you... I mean, this is something I don't know anything about. Do you know what Aardvark's relationship with AirTech was, or were they completely separate from AirTech? Because I always thought there was some relation between whoever was making the actual Matrix and...
I have no clue.
So we're just clueless on this.
Yeah, I know. I just know that there's a couple.
You just know that you like him.
Yeah, I love him. I think there's like 12 tequilas and like 100 and something tequila sunrises. I'm not exactly sure. But
let's see if we can find some history. So the best place for history.
Oh, so yeah, there's 15 tequilas.
That looks like yours right there.
Oh yeah, it does.
Whoever had it originally, I would say it is. Did yours come with this barrel and the breech? That's the same backplate, different rag sidewinder, but it's the same.
Mine has
yours
freaks.
Oh yeah, not yours for sure, but close.
All right. And that volumizer or whatever that is this one.
Oh yeah, is that a volumizer though? That's an LPR.
I don't know what this is.
This is the LPR. It's like looks like a nipple. I've always just thought matrices are pretty cool, but they're too new for me, so I don't know very much about them. So I'm just looking for...
But yeah, this is a tequila sunrise. I don't know how many there's made, but there's very limited quantity.
I mean, I guess the tequila was even...
15, yeah, there's less tequilas.
So did this one start out as a tequila?
Yeah, so this body I'm holding here started off as a tequila, but as you guys know, the tequilas have 4 gills, right?
Yeah, that's what this one
This
has.
one is a tequila with 3 grills.
3 gills, not grills.
3 gills, and on the other side it has no gills.
It's pretty sick.
And on the other side it has Tequila Sunrise engraved. And 2 days ago, a Aardvark tech, actually
Drew Nelson,
Bad Boy Drew or something, he commented on my post on Facebook, and he said this gun was actually a prototype for the Tequila Sunrise. So I mean, I'll probably never get rid of this. So
he says it was dicked up during machining, and we did the Sunrise trial on it, then made it into a team gun.
Yep. So it was an Aardvark team gun.
Pretty wild.
And for a while, people were just telling me it was a project gun and they hacked it up. But in my head, I always knew it was like a prototype of some sort because of the milling, and it's just missing a lot of stuff and has a lot of additions.
Flip it over. So it also has a wider, like, these are cut through, or is that how they are on?
Oh yeah, it does have a cut through. This one has 2 holes right
So
here.
Paul's owned this gun for like probably 8 years now, and he's never even taken the time to look at other pictures of other ones. He just had it in his head that it was some sort of prototype.
I bought this gun off someone on eBay, and I just threw it in a box for like 7 years.
A box filled with Sandana as the cushion in it, or as the padding.
A box full with beads and sunglasses, actually.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
So tell us a little. So you've had Aardvark matrices in the past.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things that set them apart from other?
So they have I don't know what material it is, but they have a tube. They have millings on the side of the body where you can actually see part of the bolt.
Like a viewport thing?
Yeah.
And shockers have that too, right? A can. Don't they call it like a can? Like a see-through can?
I don't think shockers... I don't have any shockers that have that.
Some shockers have that. I think.
Maybe
I don't know anything.
Maybe like a one-off custom shocker.
Oh, I felt like I don't know. Whatever. I don't really care about the single. Like,
are there any other guns that have clear like cans? I guess cannon's a part of the bolt actually.
All right, let's look it up.
Clear breeches.
Yeah, clear. That's probably not going to bring up a good search result. Oh
yeah, I don't know of any shockers that have clear breeches.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't know.
I mean, that's unique about...
If Benji was here, he could answer it. I don't know anything about these new paint guns, so I couldn't say. But
so it has a clear breech. The milling is gorgeous.
Milling's crazy.
Yeah.
And if they took it a step further on the entity, I guess the entity would be the fourth, right? The fourth.
Was
style.
that made by Aardvark though?
Oh, maybe it wasn't.
I don't think so.
I think it was. Let's see.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, of course I'm right.
See, you know something about
You
the
think
Matrix.
I'm a fucking joker? Come on,
So,
man.
if anyone's selling an entity, please hit me up because that's my favorite gun of my lifetime. I've always wanted this since I was a kid. But it's crazy because they don't have the Aardvark frames.
Oh. Well, isn't the
yeah,
Aardvark
yeah,
frame just the more milled?
Yeah, it's just more milled.
So they're not all LCD either, right? Nope. What year did they actually?
I don't think
integrate
I've
LCD?
ever had an LCD Aardvark frame.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, an LCD Matrix though. Like, what year did the LCD Matrix?
2003.
Oh. Huh.
Russian Legion shockers. Do they have? I don't think they have clear breeches.
So it looks like our restream isn't updating.
No.
Right? All right. I'm gonna see if I can. You can grab this one, Paul. I'm gonna see if I can fix the restream comments.
So, what are your guys' favorite matrices?
We should have believed Jorge. Never doubt Jorge. I guess that's the lesson. He knows his technical things like he knows his trick shot. And what do you guys think about our quality? Is our quality significantly better today? Because that's really the only reason we're even streaming today. Benji's like, oh, I can't stream, and I was like, all right, RIP the stream, but Paul wanted to do it, of course, because Paul's so dedicated. What's up with this computer?
One of my... Jorge says my favorite Matrix is the second one.
I like the third.
I guess the third one was cool too, he says, but not the first one.
It's all about Neo.
Oh, man.
Man, we just set ourselves up for that over and over. Like when I searched Matrix, what year did the Matrix come out?
Mary Jo McMorris says hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mary.
Okay, let's see if this will work now.
Oh man, my second favorite Matrix is the
three?
flame, the cat flame that Benji once had.
Yeah, the cat flames are sick. I don't know, the image ones are pretty cool looking too.
Image ones are cool. The image ones were first the Shock Tech ones. Or did the image ones come out first? Because if you look at the milling, it's the same exact thing. It just says Shock Tech or image. One of them, obviously, one of them came out. I think the Shock Tech ones came out first.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I know the image one.
I just love matrices. I could never afford it when I was a kid.
I can afford it now.
Well, I guess I did have 2 tequilas when I was a kid. So.
I couldn't afford it when I was a kid, although I did have 2 of them.
Yeah. So here, check this out.
Right,
I'm about to show
it. I'll have to...
Image. Shock Tech.
Oh yeah.
It's the same thing. I think maybe the image ones came out first. I'm not sure. But when they first came out, they were like $1,400, and of course I couldn't afford it. And who's the Rabikoff, the older, the dad? Yeah, Steve posted one for sale on Facebook recently, and I messaged him.
I saw that on Instagram. Oh, you messaged him about it?
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, I'll get back to you. I'm gonna ask Nick Slowiak how much it's worth." Yeah. Of course, Nick knows everything, so I can't.
It's probably gonna be like, how much are How much are they?
The Image and the ShockTech ones aren't that expensive.
Any idea how many they made?
So I know for sure that there's less images than the ShockTechs.
This, I don't know, like the browser on here isn't working. So, some technical things are working extremely well, and then other technical things today are just not going well. But,
So many nice matrices.
We might just hide the chat for now. The side chat, and we'll try it again in a little bit. So, should we turn on the GoPro and then,
I'm guessing Mary Jo McMorris is Anthony Mino's aunt.
oh, maybe that's what it is. Okay, what should we do now, Paul? So, let's see. Wanted to show off this. We have this PGI magazine, Paintball Games International, and it is October 1993. It actually has the article on the evolutions, the introduction of the evolutions, and it has what is, I would guess, the prototype of the evolution autococker, and it's engraved with awesome on the side, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I've seen this article posted before. I think Paul Cross, who posts a lot of old scans, had posted it, but it's pretty neat. It's cut down into a mini cocker. Doesn't have all the typical cuts. It also has a bottom line regulator, which is, I'm assuming this is a bottom line regulator. Could just be a gas through. Might just be a gas through. Running straight high pressure into it.
Oh, I see the awesome Millie.
Yeah.
Evolution really is awesome. That's the caption. How more lame can it get?
Say how more lame?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I mean, the evolution is awesome, though.
Evolution certainly is awesome. Let's turn the GoPro on and see if it's working, and then I'll show this in the background. Whoa!
Did any of you guys watch Oliver's Lang free paintball training videos?
Oliver Lang's paintball training videos?
Yeah, he put on like a free video series.
I didn't watch them. What did we miss?
It's more like, it's not like even training, it's just like life training.
Oh. It's like life lessons?
Yeah, basically. It's kind of weird.
Is he, how many did you watch?
3.
Was it worth the time?
Not really.
No. So, your favorite? What did you learn from them?
Absolutely nothing. I learned that Oliver Lang might be on drugs, maybe.
What kind of drugs, though? Because, I mean, we're all on some type of drug.
I think like some kind of like spiritual psychedelic stuff. I don't know. I have all the respect for him because he's the best paintballer in the world.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk crap about him. He's a good guy.
Well, at least he's doing videos.
That's,
better than we can say for ourselves. All we do is this lame live stream these days. But Paul's gonna get a camera and he's gonna start producing high quality slow-mo videos, and he's gonna get shot up again. He's like, no, fuck that. So you can see right here it says awesome. It's evolution. So Jorge says, Mary Jo, remember when we went paintballing? So yeah, Sonny Lopez's, those were the Splat Magazine videos, right? Nick
Splat Magazine.
Handel says, used to watch Sonny Lopez's pump tip videos. Helped me learn how to snap shoot. John Saywell says, invest in acoustic soundproofing. hey, I mean, we have some blinds up, and that's about it right now. We don't want to close the window or turn the AC on. But it's all good. Let's see. What should we... let's hold those PGPs up, Paul. So, our fearless leader of SoCal Stock...
Oh yeah, you should talk about the...
Yeah, he decided that we're going to start using PGPs and null spots, and we're going to start having PGP games. And I've always been a big fan of playing with pistols and playing stock. And I mean, it doesn't really get more stock than a PGP. This one right here is actually a Tidy Bowl, which is a direct feed Annihilator PGP. It's been rebarreled. So if you hold these up, Paul, you can see that. I think my battery just died again. You can see that. Well, you can hold it up where you're sitting. You don't have to go over there. You can see that the barrel is actually a little bit longer than stock, and that's because these were rebarreled, like I said, and this one is actually an EB pistol, lower tube, with a Annihilator barrel on the top. But so Sonny decided that we're going to play some pistol games, and we were going to do a pistol tournament at our last SoCal Stock game. So that's a thumb stop. Hold it forward with your thumb. It's made by Derek Obatake. So we did like a random draw PGP tournament. It was pretty fun. And I hope that we end up doing them more often.
Our team won.
Did you? Who was on your team, Sonny?
It was me, Sonny,
Rigged,
Danny, Kerrigan,
Rigged,
and shoot, Benji's friend's name. I forget his name.
Arnold.
Arnold
was doing pretty well.
Arnold was killing it.
Yeah.
So it was the whole day. It was Arnold, me, and Kevin Zhao. We were using PGPs the whole day, and it was so fun, man. I think everyone should be playing with PGPs.
PGPs are a lot of fun. Some people were using null spots. Grab one of those null spots. Let's take a look at it. So,
this one's in pretty good condition.
Yeah, right. Except for the internals. So, if you are thinking of shooting a null spot or thinking of purchasing a null spot, don't be afraid of rust, because pretty much any null spot you're going to find is going to be completely coated on the interior with rust. If you can find one without rust, oh, Kevin offers some insight into Aardvark, and he says, I can't find the article now, but years ago I read an article detailing Aardvark Paintball from its inception to its demise. It was very insightful. Apparently, the founder of Aardvark is also a transgender person now. Interesting. So yeah, if you're thinking of purchasing a null spot, you should not really be afraid of the rust, because really, they're all going to be rusty. Almost all of them. Anyone you're going to play with is going to be rusty. But I put up a couple videos on PGPs and null spots and a couple of the upgrades that the ones we were using last weekend had. And like the one Paul was just holding up has battle grips. I think the GoPro's still on. Hold it under the GoPro. We'll see if it's still on. But yeah, it has battle grips. It has one of the black plastic pump handles. It has a speed wheel. I personally prefer the back bottle ASA with the rat attack changer. Oh man, all kinds of people are commenting on YouTube. Okay, so Regnick says the tequilas were before dye, and technically the matrix in your hand is a DM for Diablo matrix. That's pretty good. I hadn't actually realized that DM could also stand for Diablo Matrix.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Okay, Regnick says the regulators on the original Matrix up to the DM3 is center line to the bore. Expansions are to the side. So, I guess that makes sense. And then he says the SFT and the NXT shockers have the clear cams. And then Andy says, what about those sweet PMI prism barrels? And so I think PMI had the prism barrels on their Piranha line, and then System X also had the clear acrylic barrels. And AGD, I think, might have made some clear barrels as well. But those might have been glass. I'm not so sure about that. And Matt Bailey says, I've never played Pump. Why do you guys prefer it? So I always prefer Pump because you're going to be able to have a lot more close quarter combat. There's going to be less paint flying around. You can move a lot more. And I don't know. It just, for me, it just feels right to be like cocking it before every shot.
For me, I like Pump because you could make huge moves.
Huge moves.
Like, you just know, like, you snap with someone, as soon as he goes in, you could just take off, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fun.
And Paul and I were just watching videos by Casey. What's Casey's last name?
Casey, oh shoot, I'm blanking. It's not Casey, it's
He did
Cassidy.
videos. Cassidy.
Cassidy Sanders
Cassidy
from HK
Sanders.
Army. Yeah. Now he works at Cloud9.
So we were watching some of his videos and also some of David Quitman's videos and some of Paul's videos for HK. And I mean, they're slowed down, but sped up. Like when the videos actually speed up and you see those streams of paint,
Yeah.
you're just thinking like, oh man, I'm so glad I play Pump. I mean, mechanical is kind of in between that, but mechanical can get pretty fast too. But I don't know. There's just something about Pump that's just fun. And when you take it a step back even further and you're playing with pistols like PGPs and null spots, and people are shooting even slower. Like in some games, Benji and I were just running straight at each other shooting. You know, we ended up like 5 feet away before we even hit each other. And that's, you know, an aspect of not being very skilled with those pistols mixed in with the actual speed of them.
Yeah, half the time I want to go bunker someone, I wasn't shooting paint because
Yeah.
I was used to the front loading Phantoms.
Yeah.
And
The PGPs rock back.
Yeah, they rock back.
Yeah,
So I
rock
was
back
just
and
shooting
pump.
air the whole time.
Ragnick says the System X clear breaches and solenoid covers for Angels are another example.
Yeah.
Uh,
Remember seeing those?
he says Pump forces you to move different and adapt different tactics. Think of it like a tightrope without a net. It's pretty funny. Andy says Pump games are more basic. It's hard to describe, but not relying on shooting ropes makes the games real close between everyone.
Yeah, that's. I mean, shooting ropes and holding out lanes is fun, kind of. I'd rather make big moves.
Big moves. Paul's all about big moves.
Yeah.
That's why he's having his helicopter land on top of my apartment building.
There's
right
something
now.
going on right now.
Ragnick says AGD made clear glass barrels for testing perfect circle paintballs.
Wow.
And their prototype mag valves.
I want one of those barrels. Glass
Yeah.
barrels.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just to clarify, he didn't mean the valves were glass. He meant just the barrels were glass. Yeah, Andy says, I think you're getting swatted. Yeah, Benji decided to show up, or to not show up and just call SWAT on us. Phil says, you should come back to my basement. I have adult beverages. Thanks a lot, Phil. Oh, and I closed whatever he said next. So...
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah. Mark Davis says, I shot the original DM at Skyball. It had the WGP 3-way. So, Mark, is that when it was the mechanical matrix? Because
Dude, I remember that tournament, Skyball.
Yeah.
Paul Ballenbach.
What team did Ballenbach play on, Mark? Huh.
No, yeah, Nick Kindy, you're definitely right. It's way more economical because if you play speedball or X-ball, you're shooting 2 cases of paint per practice versus maybe a bag for pump.
Nick Heindel says, I still can't believe how much that pair of side tube PGs sold for on eBay. And yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was, what did they sell for, like 1,800?
Yeah, and I remember Benji had a chance to get it really cheap.
Yeah, the buy it now is like 900. Okay. So Kevin says and Mark Davis says yes, as in yes, I think he means yes, it was the mechanical matrix. And Kevin says the article he was referring to was on the Paintball Legion board.
Yep. Which is dead now.
R.I.P.
And yes, Bones Jackson is the Matrix Godfather.
Let's see if we can find the mechanical Matrix.
Jack Wada says he's gonna bring out his PGP next
No
game.
spot.
Nope.
Learn how to read, Paul. Come on, man. All right. Well, I don't know. My browser's like not working on there. So let's see. Next thing I wanted to talk about was
you still haven't told our SoCal stock story yet.
Oh, I started and then I stopped. So Fearless Leader wanted to do some PGP games, so he told us to bring our PGPs and our Nell spots. And I had 2 Nell spots and 1 PGP. Benji had like, I don't know, 20 or 30 PGPs. And Jack had like 5 or 6, and Danny had 1. I don't remember who else had any. But you would think that after playing SoCal Stock since 2012, we started in, I think, December of 2012, we played our first game at HSP. And you would think since then, every single member of SoCal Stock would have, like people that have been playing with us for like 5 years, 6 years, almost 6 years, would have a PGP, but they don't. Bunch of losers. Yeah, we all brought out our PGPs, and then we had a bunch of different colored paintballs in a, what's that called? That little satchel you put on your side, your dump pouch. So we had a bunch of different paintballs in a dump pouch, and we just did a random draw. You know, you get a blue paintball, you're on the blue team. So I was on a team with Lone Wolf, and Mike Yan, I think, was on my team. Tim Kerrigan's dad, Phil, was on my team, and Jeff was on my team. And I think we did pretty well. I think we won. I think we got first place. But the best game was I ran completely around the other team. They all turned their backs on my team, and they started shooting at me. And I just got behind this cover. I was like, all right, any second now, the rest of my team's just going to run up and blast these guys. And I could see Paul running up, Lone Wolf Paul, not this Paul, but he runs up, and instead of shooting the other team, he just shoots me. And then Jack just turns around and shoots him. And I was like, oh man, Paul, you got to redeem yourself after that. So that was pretty rough. We still won. We got first place. No, not really. But I had fun. I definitely will play it again. I can't wait.
Shout outs to Jack. He was hitting the 50 off break every single game.
Jack hits the 50 every single, like, no matter what style we're playing, no matter what field it is. And then at the end of the day, he, like, can't move because his knees are blown out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, totally worth it. Totally worth it. I would be doing the same thing if my, or I will be doing the same thing if my knees are still working at Jack's age. So in my hand here, I have some patches that I got in the mail today from Glenn Pessinger, who played for Guns of Paradise. And so I've bought paintball guns and parts from Glenn at Hole in the Wall Paintball for a long time. And I've always wanted one of his patches from his team, Guns of Paradise. So I bought this patch from him off eBay. He sent me a few others that are right here. Is the GoPro still on and working?
Yes.
So, let's see.
Mark Davis said, Paul Bollenbach played for Jacksonville Warriors and worked for Diablo Direct in the early years.
Oh. Huh.
Addison Nguyen, paintball hurts, that's why I refuse to try it.
Yeah, I mean, the fear of pain is it's what prevents us all from playing paintball, and that's why we're scrubs. So Glenn Pessinger sent me these patches, and his team, Guns of Paradise, played in, like, they were based out of Michigan. His store was in Michigan, and they played at a lot of the challenged park tournaments, and they played at, like, the, you know, a lot of the Masters and the MPPL events that were based around that area. I'm sure they also did World Cup and the Masters a lot of times. But Glenn wrote me this message with these other patches that he sent me, and he says, back in the early Guns of Paradise days, or back in the early days, my team Guns of Paradise had turkey feathers hanging on the backs of our goggle bands. These helped us from shooting each other in the back. We were sneaky shits. We later had feather patches made to sew on the back of BDUs, like an Indian headdress. For tournament wins that team members participated in, they received some of these patches. And then he said he never sewed his on, so he sent a few of them. So we have sick. We have the, what does that say?
1992.
Some word, amateur champions. And then we have the 1991 Challenge Park 8-man championship. We have this one, which doesn't have the glitter pin writing on it. And then we have the 1992 Windy City 5-man championship. And the Windy City was a Lively Series event, right? Windy City? Did it maybe it also turned into an MPPL event.
Windy City, isn't that Chicago?
Yes. But I think it was
I have no clue what this says, though.
We'll have to get him to clarify this, but let me just show these off again.
Some comments on Facebook. Rennick1133 says someone was selling a PGI Cyber 9000 on eBay recently, sold for $2K. The old prototype Matrix was called Omega at the time. The designer had variations, but it fizzled out. And as a Native American, I approve of the feather patches and Avenue project, not patches, but modified headdress band ornaments.
It's pretty cool. Let's see, what are we going to talk about now? Should we look at some PGP parts or some nail spot parts?
Yeah, let's bring those nail spots out.
Alright, so Paul wants to build a nail spot, so I think so he can vape through it.
Definitely.
Alright, so we're going to just kind of rearrange.
You're doing more than vaping out of that.
I don't know what that's implying. Okay. Alright, let me see the computer for a sec. To just look up a name that I can't remember. So, and if anybody's just tuning in, we are lacking the enthusiasm of Benji today, so we're just kind of taking it slow, just kind of, I don't know. We're also testing our quality. We boosted the quality up quite a bit.
This thing is so rusted.
Okay, so this box of Nelson's nail spots are the early model that don't have the barrel extension, and these came from Joe Voss and Johnny Barber and are actually ex-rentals from Quest, which turned into Conquest. And flip your frame over. There you go. So these are ex-rentals from Quest, and these are from when Jim Storm, the original owner of Quest, ran the field. And so what you have here is a steel nail spot body, and they have a couple modifications. Like this one is actually not in horrible shape. It doesn't have the barrel extension here because these are the earlier models, but it does have a screw put through right here, which will actually prevent your balls from going all the way forward in the upper tube. So if you had this body and you wanted to build a nail spot, what you would do is you'd get your bolt and your hammer, and then you'd find your valve body. Here's a valve body right here with a power tube. So drop that. This is actually the later style valve body because it doesn't have the pin piercer. And then you need your bolt, your hammer, and your mainspring in here.
What does that mean? That means it needs what is that? That screw-in thing in the back, since it doesn't have a pin piercer in the front.
No. So the pin piercer is actually a variation of this cup piercer. Okay. So if you look at that,
oh
right
yeah,
there,
that's right, because it goes in from the bottom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. You're not as well acquainted with the.
No, I don't know anything about these guns.
So we actually don't have very many valve bodies in here. But let me see if I can find a couple of examples of valve bodies. They have more in this crate right here. And actually, this is a pretty cool toolbox. This came from Mike Grizzly Grubb. It says ISWG, which is International Strategic War Games, which was a field in, I think it was a field in Lake Elsinore. But if you look at these frames, let's see if I can find one here. It actually says, has the same thing engraved on the side of the frame. It's International Strategic War Games. And this one actually says Bushmaster on the side. So I don't know if some of the Bushmaster players played at that field, but here's another nail spot right here in this box, also completely rusted.
Some paint from the...
Yeah, some oil-based paint. Alright, so here's your piercer right here. If you take a look at that one, you can see it's just a pin piercer. And I personally am not a fan of the pin piercers.
Why not?
Because they don't use a seal. So it's and the Splat Masters use a similar piercing method, and I don't know. I mean, I guess it works. So you can't say it doesn't work, but it's just not. It's not my preferred. I'm gonna try to paste the chat in again right now. I like. I guess I just prefer that my.
Anthony Mano says.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we have a bunch of comments.
Oh yeah, they actually are showing up now. Oh yeah. Yeah, Jack.
John, just if you want to post a picture, just upload it onto like TinyPic or something, and you could post a link in the comment section.
Or you can message it to us on Facebook.
Yeah, that too.
Also works.
Jack doesn't want us to scratch up the nail spots. Too late.
Too late. They got scratched up at Quest, Jack. That was Jack that said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony says, I'm still on the pin piercer on my 007. I came with it in 1987.
Yeah, but by 1987, I don't think they would have had the pin piercer, though, Tony. Would they? Tony plays with us in Guerneville.
Oh, okay.
Tony used to work at Pacific Paintball. I'm sure you probably met him when you were in Guerneville. Yeah. So, also in this box are some pump handles that Joe Voss made. And these are very early nail spot pump handles. They're just like a piece of like Delrin or plastic that's cut and has a foam exterior. And he said he was paying like his daughter's friends to make these. So he was basically using child labor to make these. And, just slide on like that. And actually, it's a decent pump handle. These probably dated to 87, 86, 87. And actually, so if you want to see what date your nail spot was actually made, if it still has the original paint on it, you can take off the left panel and there will be a date under there. Should I get a screwdriver and we'll take one of the panels off?
Let's do it.
All right. Read some more comments. Although I won't be able to hear them because
Jack Wada says ISWG was right next to Jungle Island. Tom Castagnetto. Benji, you're a savage for putting that pic up. Poor Paul. Tom, he actually didn't shoot me, so it's alright, but yeah, it's a pretty savage picture.
it's pretty great. Is that Splat Kids, Tom?
Splat Kids Tom.
Alright, so I'm taking a grip off. Let's see if the GoPro's still on. We can see what date this one has on it. Oh, no date on this one. This is worn off. Grab me another one. Go through a couple. Oh, there's one right here without a... Yeah, you can see this white mark right here is where the paint, or where the date used to be. And these are pretty clean, so I'm surprised that there's no date.
Tom
There we
says,
go.
speaking of fun, Vape Nation. Vape Nation. 1986.
September 17th, 1986.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Find one with your birthday.
That's the one I need.
Yeah, you
December
do
17,
that.
1988. is it right here.
This is it.
We just buy all the nail spots and just look for my birthday.
Oh my god.
Wow, if this is really December 17, 1988.
It's not going to be. These ones are too early. By the time Joe Voss stopped playing, it was... This one is August 14th, 1986. By the time Joe Voss stopped playing, it was 87, I think. So he would have got out of it before you were even born, Paul.
Damn it, Joe.
I put this one back. And this one back. And let me show the pin piercer versus the cut piercer. So here we have the pin piercer. Here's the cut piercer. You can see the pin piercer uses just the pin. The cup uses an actual cup with a seal. This is the power tube right here. This one's missing the power tube. But yeah, nail spot parts are generally pretty universal. So you know, you'll buy you'll buy a nail spot and you'll be able to put parts from like a Ghost on it. The Ghost internals fit. The valve bodies fit.
Nothing gonna spray paint mine.
I'm gonna let you spray paint yourself. Let's look at some more comments, and then we'll go for a few more minutes, and we'll kill it. Maybe we'll look at some of the other guns. I guess I want to look at that Dirk gun. All right, so
you want to read the YouTube comments, cause
yeah, we'll look at those too. But Mark Davis says my favorite pump was the Rebel 90, the first gun ever offered with different ID barrels. So. Mark, the Reb line had the different ID barrels. I don't know that the Rebel 90 did. And also, I think I sent Mark a link a while back for a Rebel 90. I wonder if he bought that. Okay, so sounds like we've been going for an hour. I don't know how to use a computer. Okay, John sent... I don't know. That's an older message that he sent me. Okay, let's look at the YouTube comments. Oh shit. Oh shit. What was the last one you read?
the prototype, the Omega thing right here.
Okay, by Andy. Yeah. So Rangnick says, "Be cool to make a mech matrix." Has anyone done that recently? I mean, aside from the actual prototypes. So Matt Bailey asked if we're going to be playing with SoCal Stock at Velocity tomorrow in Ramona, which is like San Diego. And I am not going to because I don't want to drive to San Diego. What about you, Paul?
So how far is Ramona? Like, is that like a 2-hour drive?
I mean, it's like San Diego.
It's like a 2-hour drive.
Let's see. If you left right now to get to Ramona, do you want to leave right now? No?
No way.
I'll be like, peace, and you'll just take off. Let's see if it says, see what it tells us.
Yeah,
2 hours
and
33 minutes.
There's no way we're going.
Well, I mean, it probably would be like 2 hours and 15. No, I mean, there's going to be bad traffic somewhere on the way. I'm not going to go. I don't want to drive that far to San Diego.
I never knew it was that far.
Yeah. I mean, I think Camp Pendleton is a little closer, right? I mean, it's like around Vista, isn't it? It's like right here.
Camp Pendleton's like right here.
No, it's not right there.
It's
I think it's like...
It's like 30 minutes from San Clemente.
It's probably 30 minutes past. Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, what?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's just a straightaway. Yeah. So Camp Pendleton is one of the paintball parks that's on the way to San Diego, and I played at Pendleton a few times. Yeah, we haven't played there in like, I don't know. I haven't played there, I think, since we started playing SoCal Stock, really.
I play there often, so...
When was the last time you played there? Like 3 years ago?
No, probably like a year ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I played there a year ago with the FaZe Clan dudes.
And he says, if you find a handle with my birthday, 7/31/85, then I'll give you a Cyber 9K. I'll have to check every one I have, Andy. Let's see. What are we talking about? Delrin what?
Mr. Paintball and Escondido.
Okay, John just sent a picture of a 007 build. I mean,
it's gonna be sick. Oh
yeah,
wow,
that's
that's
pretty
nice.
He Duracoated it or painted it. I don't know if it's Duracoat, but it has
that thing is sexy.
it has the black pump handle and it. Let me see if I can bring it up. He actually cut a hole for. Oh no, I guess they have the battle grips have the stock hole. Let's see if I can bring it up in the background here. Hey, it's not going to bring up. I'm going to just add it to our album when we have a chance for PBDnA, if that's okay, John.
Jack, are you going to Velocity tomorrow?
All right, so I wanted to just talk about a couple of these autocockers. Ugh. All right, I can't remember if I think we did talk about this one last week, but this is a Jeff Orr autococker purchased by an original owner in New Jersey, and it has reverse Predator gills, and the Predator gills are cut in super deep, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it has a matching serial number on the back block also. And it is not chrome, it is polished anodizing. And then here's a Dirk Gadberry autococker. This is a P block. Autococker serial is 24090, and I wanted to get this one just because it's always neat to see the different custom bodies that Dirk did. And Dirk said that up until the Razorbacks that he made for Cap, most of his guns were one-off, or all of his guns were one-off. He didn't want to make more of the same guns, or more than one of the same. And I kind of doubted that, but then I started looking at pictures, and really, I mean, it's really true. They all have some difference to them, and it's not just anodizing difference, it's also actual machining difference. So this one, I thought at first was the same P block used on the Razorbacks, but it actually isn't. It's a thicker P block. And I remember when I bought a bunch of Cap parts from Ryan Podesta at 31st Outfitters, I got a bunch of those back blocks with it. So if anyone is missing this thicker style back block for their P block, let me know. And this is actually, you know what, is this is not the Evolution back block though. It's a little different, isn't it?
You're asking the wrong dude.
I'll have to look and see. But yeah, this is like a standard WGP P block right here. And I'll have to look at some Evolution P blocks to see. All right, is there anything else we wanted to talk about, Paul, or is that RIP?
Whoa. You know, I wanted to go play paintball this weekend, but I guess we're not.
Well, you can paintball without me. You can paintball without Benji.
Oh yeah, I might go to SC Village tomorrow with Kevin. We'll see.
Yeah. What's Kevin's last name?
Kevin Zhao.
Kevin Zhao. PGP Kevin Zhao. Kevin PGP Zhao.
PGP Kevin Zhao.
So this one has kind of a unique bolt also. I don't know if Dirk made this. This is a P block bolt. I don't know if he made this bolt or not. It looks similar to some of the... Are they A&S bolts that have the fine venturi holes on the end? Not really sure. But, yeah.
Yeah, John, when you're at the Iron City Classic, you should definitely take some pictures and post them up on Facebook so we can see the different kinds of guns that they're shooting. And Jack's not going to Ramona.
What did Mark Davis say there? Ian James says, do you have any Cooper T PGP items? I don't know. I mean, I have some on my PGPs. I don't know if I have any to sell.
So, reading our last YouTube comments. Be sick to have a hand-carved cocker bolt made out of bone.
Oh my god, it would just shatter. I mean, maybe it wouldn't. I guess it could be strong enough.
Bones are pretty strong, but yeah.
Yeah, I would be afraid of anything like that unique. I mean, I guess we play with some pretty unique stuff, but
not
hand-carved bone. All right. Anything else we want to talk about? Is that it? R.I.P.
I think that's it.
All right. So if you want to see some better pictures of some of the guns we were talking about, the Nell Spots, the Matrices, some of these cockers, this Dirk Gadberry cocker, the Tidy Bowl, you can go on the PBDnA page. You can check it out. We posted some pictures on there before we started. There's also some better photos of the Evolution article on there. So that's the PBDnA page. You can check that out. There are... What was the neck protector idea? Wow. Native American choker? I mean, Dude, what are these guys talking about? Okay, well, I'll have to read that after. But anyway... What is that it? Is that it? Are we RIP? All right. Thanks for tuning in. Anyone who watched the show, a little bit slow today, but hopefully it was worth your time. And if not, then